Coast to Coast Pick 5. $1 minimum. Player-friendly 15% takeout. Coast to Coast Pick 5.
Back to preview another Coast to Coast Pick 5. Our friends over at First Racing have put together one of the best bets in all of racing. Every Saturday, every Sunday, this wager connects 5 races from Gulfstream Park in Santa Anita. It's a $1 base minimum and a 15% low takeout. So we get great payouts in this thing, and we're offering you free DRF pass performances for the sequence. We're back on Saturday, April the 20th. Let's dive in and take a look how we are going to approach it over at Gulfstream Park. We get things started in race number 9. I'm going to go too deep in here. Royal Dame. Maybe if you're a Bucks fan, you're hoping Dame Lillard has a nice little playoff run coming up. Royal Dame comes off a really wide trip last time out. Just got floated way out. So I'm going to give this one another opportunity. We should get a much different trip saving ground on the inside. The 4, Party On Girl. This is a horse who had a tough trip early on, was buried down on the inside, got bumped on both sides at the start, really got going late. So we'll use the 1. I think the 4, Party On Girl, is probably the horse to beat in here, coming out of some really strong races. Let's flip the page to the second leg of the Pick 5 sequence. This one's over at Santa Anita. It's a Calbred maiden special weight race for 3, 4, and 5-year-olds going 6 furlongs on the turf. The 1, Lucky and Smart, kind of an interesting first-time starter. The dam of this horse was 3 for 4 and 2 for 3 on the grass. This is a barn, Carla Gaines, that used to be really kind of lackluster with their first-time starters, and that has flipped recently. They have won with 3 of their last 11 first-time starters at nice prices of 7-1, 9-1, 2-1 on the other one. No winning turf siblings, but all 4 siblings hit the board on the turf in 3 races or less. So they didn't have a lot of turf experience, but they showed a little ability on there. I think the 1's kind of sneaky. To me, interesting horses in here. The 10, Jay Dutton's the horse to beat. The 7, Traveling Show, cutting back now. This one can be forwardly placed, but can also sit off and pass horses. We'll go 1, 7, and 10 at Santa Anita in race number 4. We head back to Gulfstream Park for race number 10, third leg of the sequence. Oh, the NBA playoffs start on Saturday. I'll get you another one with the Shaq Diesel, the Shaq Daddy. I'm a Laker fan. Come on, Lakers versus the Nuggets. I liked Shaq Diesel last time out, and he just completely missed the break. So I'm going to give him another opportunity. Now, what worries me is it's been 2 races in a row that he's had really bad starts and 3 races in a row where he's been sort of slow. He was able to recover 3 starts back because it was against a softer group. And I think against this group, he should get a really nice trip. There's just a lot of horses that have either early speed or horses that are coming off long layoffs. So as far as just being sharp and being fit, I think Shaq Diesel's in a nice spot in here if he can work out a trip from the rail. The 6 feels like the horse that they'll all have to catch, but he's always out front, and he does always seem to just get a little weary late. But in this group, I think he would not be a big surprise. The 8 horse could sit a really nice trip from the outside. Great navigator. He has speed, but he can also just sit off and pass horses. So we'll go 1, 6, and 8 in race number 10. We flip it to race number 11. This is the 4th leg of the sequence. They'll go 1 mile and 16th on the turf course here, and Lucia has a backtrack for us in this race. This one is Butterfly Queen. So watch the number 2, who's trying to move down on the inside and then just gets shut off down there and then has to angle around. So when you're building up all your momentum trying to go up the inside, you get stopped. You have to angle out, and watch how she re-rallies in between horses, and she almost finishes second in between horses there. I thought it was a really nice effort from Butterfly Queen, and she's got 2 or 3 real trouble trips in her running line. She's just due for some racing luck. The 7, Corin Peak, feels like the one to beat. That turf race last time out in a similar spot was very good. So we use the 6 and the 7 in here. We have a price and probably the real short price favorite here in the 7, Corin Peak. If we can make it to race number 6 at Santa Anita, this is the closeout leg of the Coast to Coast Pick 5 on Saturday. Hopefully 3 horses is all we need to make it through this one. Moon Ice could be on the lead in here. There is just not much early speed. If you toss his dirt races and you throw out the race going long on the grass, key off the turf sprints, he used to have some of the quickest races here, and I think he can get back to that in a race that just doesn't have a whole lot of speed on paper. The first-time starter, the 10, Dapperton Star to the outside, also interesting. The Dam was a 13-time winner on the turf. This horse is bred for the grass. The 8, Antibes, probably the horse to beat, won the battle for second last time out. I'm just a little concerned that 6 might be too short for him, but he'll be passing horses late, and he's the one they all have to hold off. How does it all play out? Let's see. We put it all together for a pick 5 ticket. It costs $108. Remember, with that $1 base wager. So even on a ticket that looks like this, where we're not really using that many horses in any race, it still can get a little costly. You have to have a strong opinion here. And because these things cost a lot to play, they definitely pay back and they are worth it. Remember, you can get free DRF pass performances every Saturday, Sunday for the Coast to Coast Pick 5 sequence.